Hi, it's Jules. Welcome back to another week of Environmental Science 140. We'll be looking at certain aspects of biodiversity this week. Biodiversity is a concept that tries to collect what we understand about Earth's natural capital into one phrase. Biological diversity refers to the different diversity aspects of biology. So one definition of biological diversity has to do with the species diversity, how many different species there are. Of those species, they have genetic variability because they adapt directly to their environments and so have some very unique adaptations. They also have ecological diversity, which means that the way energy moves from the sun through the trophic levels of these ecosystems, very unique and diverse, just as unique and diverse as those species. And because this exists, we also have functional diversity, how energy flows through and how matter is cycled into these ecosystems brings diversity functionally as well. So biodiversity is a very big concept. The idea that it's not only having to do with a variety of animals, but also it having to do with how those animals became so unique in the first place. One key person who is synonymous with the idea of biological diversity or biodiversity is E.O. Wilson. E.O. Wilson is a E.O. Wilson is synonymous with biodiversity because he actually coined the idea, the phrase, biodiversity. He is a researcher who for years studied ants and social insects like bees and wasps and took his understanding of these social animals and applied them to human societies through primate research and then into some fairly controversial ways of looking at humans. So he's a very interesting person to study. Like Leopold, he was inspired by earlier people, not just scientists, but also people who were doing a variety of things having to do with understanding animals. And so he's an interesting person to try and research, and we're going to be doing a little bit of that. Biodiversity is a reflection of the number of unique attributes of species. So here you just have a few unique attributes of some insects. You have flight represented here through the diurnal flying of butterflies. That means they're flying around in the daytime versus flying animals at night. So most of these moths only fly at night. Many of these animals are pollinators. Some of them are consumers. Some of them are tertiary consumers. And so they play different roles in the ecosystem that they're in. Biodiversity is an important enough concept that what we understand is that there are certain places, maybe 2% of the land mass across the world in 17 different areas across the world where there is very high biodiversity. And one way of sustaining the biodiversity of the world is to focus on these somewhat equatorial hotspots, biodiversity hotspots, and maintain some conservation control over them before they are lost. That is the idea behind what we're trying to do with understanding our impact on the world. So we will be looking at a TED Talk. We'll be looking at some films on biodiversity. And then I would like you to post on the chat for biodiversity what it is that we have understood about it so far. Next week, we'll continue on with more discussion about biodiversity and systems.